that Monty? It is Monty. Rest in peace, Monty. Generic intro that theduckgoesmoo here. Back with more Red vs. Blues extras, PSAs, behind the scenes bloopers, outtakes, extras. I think I said extras twice, but who cares? It's some Red vs. Blue content that you've never seen before, I've never seen before, but Taylor put together for us, so we're going to be reacting to it today. Today we have these videos over here. Before I get into that, you can check out last week's batch of videos. I'll leave it right up there. We learned something crazy about Cabooses' grandmother. You probably know her. Definitely check that out. Link in the description. Also a playlist on my channel. But today we have the ladies of Red vs. Blue. We have the visual effects, and I think we're going to do Start Your Engines revelations, and then next we're going to start off with the missing moments from Season 1. So it should be really interesting. Thank you all so much for the support that you show these videos. I know I don't get a ton of support, but I make them all for the people that do enjoy them and do want to see every single bit of Red vs. Blue content that's out there, because where else are you going to find it? Because Taylor uploads these videos just for me, and he also has a playlist on his channel of these that he put together. So you can check that out if you want to as well, or you can watch along with me. Either's fine with me. Shout out to the patrons. They get the videos a day early and 11 times paywall on the channel. And I just hope you're all having a great day, and I hope you're subscribed. I'm loving the new setup. It's been a very rough day. Hopefully your day is going better. But let's go ahead and jump into the first video. Oh man, this new setup's so nice. I love it. I just wish OBS would be nicer to me.
Buenos dias, cockfight.
Oh yeah, the
Hello, and
Buenos
thank you
dias
for
cockfight.
activating the N808.
How many female characters are there in Red vs. Blue?
You may call me Sheila.
Hi,
Tex,
I'm
Sheila,
Mary
Carolina,
Grace, and I
Donut.
play Sheila.
My name's Kathleen Zelch, and I play Tex.
It's really
Love
funny
Tex.
because when I first tell people that I do the voice of an animated character, they always say, "Oh, you know, I could totally see you probably play like this cute little vixen or something."
No,
and
a
I'm
tank.
always like, no, I play
A
the
scorpion.
voice of a tank.
Back in the day when I was producing some feature animated films,
She's been in something else.
I had a chance to
Or was
work
she-
with Matt
she was
Holland
another one of
on
these.
Scooby-Doo. During that production, he showed me
Wow.
this fun extracurricular thing he was working on called Red vs. Blue, and I
That's
saw the
crazy
first
how
couple
this
episodes
turns
and
out
I
like
thought,
that.
This is hilarious.
I got started doing Sheila. Actually, it was kind of like an accident, a fortuitous accident, because
How?
a friend of
Does she voice anybody
Matt's
else?
knew me, and they were looking for someone who could
A
just
tank.
sound really sweet.
They decided to make it this big reveal that
There's
Tex
more
was a
than 2 women in Red
and
vs. Blue.
They allowed me to do the voice, so I was in heaven.
I thought it was going to be like a one-shot deal because
No.
Sheila died in the first episode.
Oh yeah,
And
she
then,
did.
all of a sudden,
Crazy
they
physics.
really liked it. I think the fans liked it, and they called me back to do
A
it
female
again.
voice.
Similarities between me and Tex. I love the badass. I love that she plays a straight man.
Did-
But I like to think of myself as tough as Tex is. So I try to throw a
That's
little
saying
bit of
something.
myself into the voice. Of course, the language I have to use is not my everyday language. I don't really throw as many
What are the
F-bombs
voice changer?
and fucktards and cockbites in. So so that's the Tex side that will come
Oh,
out once
okay.
in a while. But I'm a little tamer.
You know, it's honestly amazing to see
Tex,
the growth
tank.
that Red vs. Blue has had. When I first started doing it, gosh, so many years ago, it was a pretty small production.
So why are you still around? What do you do now?
Everything has changed so much, even visually, like on the screen, just to see the special effects that we have now.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's so impressive to me, and it's so amazing. It just looks like such a huge.
I mean,
big
Zero
I just got to
had
Austin
pretty
yesterday.
decent
and
effects.
Chapter 10
But it was like
where-
mostly
where
like
Tex is
copied stuff kind of
back
stuff.
was shown to me, and honestly, my jaw was dropped the whole time. I was so excited, and it's like you almost feel like you're that character,
reacting to
right?
it.
Like I'm acting, and this is my superhero scene or something. But
What is that
absolutely
office?
phenomenal episode. I was so excited to see it.
There's
And,
Gus
she was
just
so
chilling.
badass. That was exactly how I imagined Tex to be. It's exactly how I imagined she would just kick their asses. I mean, she's
Yeah.
martial arts,
Especially Griff.
street fighting, it all rolled up in
Well,
one package.
It's
And
like
she
a
is
god's
just
fighting against men.
a weapon, a lethal weapon.
She's named after Texas. So you can talk about
Can
Caboose.
anyone explain the relationship between
No.
Sheila and Caboose?
Nope, and I am Caboose, and I can't explain it.
I think it's cute, and I like that he likes Sheila.
Well, oh,
Let's see, do I
Every
have
guy
history
felt
with
that.
Jeff's testicles? Let's see. Well, let's, I
Well, Joel was
Huh?
probably the first person I worked with at Red vs. Blue.
Oh,
And in
Joel,
the beginning,
Caboose.
we did voice over our characters together. So I met
Really?
him immediately as Caboose. And I think that was a big plus because our relationship started as Sheila and Caboose right off the bat.
One of the
God,
best
is
parts of
that
working
actually
on
a
the
thing?
show is getting to know the fans. And since we've been doing this for so long, we had the opportunity to go to a lot of
RTX?
conventions. I gotta
I
tell
need
you,
to go to more conventions.
These guys and girls are just the best bunch of people. They're very creative. I have more artwork from the
Tex?
fans than I've ever had, and I keep it all.
That's really
I mean,
cool.
it's great.
I like the
I've learned a lot
Jaws
from
one.
them. I enjoy keeping in touch with them.
It's a different experience working at the conventions from what I do in my normal job. The Red vs.
RTX
Blue
is so much
fans
fun.
are all over the spectrum, and I love meeting them, and they're so appreciative of the show, and they are so kind and so
I like how
affectionate
now
towards
Rooster
us.
Teeth just
And
has
that
their
is just
own
such a good
thing.
feeling. They make you
Holy
feel like
crap,
you're
they
really
got
doing something
upper level.
fantastic in their lives, and I love that. I'm always amazed because they'll come up with all kinds of
Red
things
versus.
that you feel the love. That's all I can say. You can actually feel the love from the fans, and it's such an awesome feeling.
It's a very compassionate
This has
group
been the
of
best.
people.
I won't even say job. It's just the best fun thing I've ever done in my whole life, and you know, I feel really lucky doing this every time I get a chance. And I mean, my character. What's not to love about Tex? I mean, you know, come on. Show my guns.
I'm sure
No,
Griff
it's been
doesn't
the
like
best time.
Tex. I still can't get over the whole like I forget you scene with Tex. That scene, oh man, Red vs. Blue, so good. And now we have behind the visual effects. So more than a game.
Well, Red vs. Blue is always about the
Oh,
characters,
Bernie,
right?
nice hair.
The problem was when it was all machinima in the past, if you ever wanted to have anything happen in the story or anything to develop with the
You had to
characters,
do it in-game.
you had to say it. It was a very spoken story. I always make the joke that the
Oh,
first few
yeah.
seasons of Red vs. Blue were written with 7 verbs. You know, if it appeared on a controller, we could do it. We could jump, we could hit, we could walk, we could turn. You know, but that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
Well, the custom animation opens up
With
a
the-
ton of opportunities to do
with the
basically
tennis
whatever
ball.
we want to. So the problem becomes not what can we do,
Thick
but
that
what should
monitor
we do.
is.
I'm very big on character-driven
That
animation.
Monty?
And I
It is Monty.
always do
Rest in
my
peace,
research
Monty.
and references when I think and talk about
Kinda where he started,
what,
right?
What a character should and shouldn't do. Layering a bumbling character onto what's supposed to be a capable soldier, and you get this good
Well-
mix of just character-driven animation.
They wouldn't be able to pull a flying kick off the top of a crate. They would be the guy who falls off the crate and lands on top of somebody.
There were early moments
Yes.
where I would try something, and then it's like, that's too cool.
Oh,
for
that's
this
a little
person, or,
resolution there.
You know, that isn't quite in character with this person. Then I would go back and just try something else.
The philosophy is
I don't
is
think I've
that
ever
this
heard
should
like Monty
all
talk
look like
before, really,
something
other than like
that
Ren.
you could imagine as you're playing Halo. It's like when Simmons jumps off the side of the base and he grabs onto the back of the Warthog. That in my head is how
You wish you could do that.
I feel it would be like in a multiplayer match if the Warthog
Yeah.
came running by the base and I jumped up and grabbed onto the turret as it went by.
Yeah, God, that's awesome. Planning
Where
the
are
story.
we? Where do we want to end up? That's how we've always done Red versus Blue. Every season has been, we started,
Know where
we
it
know where
ended
we
up.
are, we know where we want to go, what comes in the middle. Action sequences work that exact same way. We wanted to establish Tex.
Oh, I
as a
remember that.
badass. People already knew
That's
it.
a lot
but
of
we wanted
Texas.
to, sink
Or-
it in and
no,
cement
she's back
it.
or whatever.
We
That's one of my
read
most
the
popular Red
storyline
versus Blue
about
videos.
the storage facility where
Oh,
she
facts.
was, and as part of that, we thought it'd be fun to have other elements from previous versions of the game. The teleporter became a big part of that.
Oh. Oh Jesus! Oh yeah, that fight was great. That was one of the best
Tools that we
episodes.
have with Halo 3 allow us to just go into the game itself.
Halo 3,
and
my
make
personal
the
favorite
set
Halo.
that we want for animation.
I need the
So,
Infinite
set is
Edition
machinima,
Series X.
but our characters that are acting out are custom animation characters.
Basically, when we get shots from Monty, they
it's
look
Matt,
flat shaded.
aka
They look
Sarge.
like almost like cartoons, and we'll take a look at the environments and we'll compare those.
How do
to
they
the
increase
environments
the
in
resolution?
Game, and we try to emulate that as best we can, knowing we're not going to get everything right.
I don't know how
and to make
animation
the
works at
shot
all.
Just look cool, for lack of a better term.
The whole project of Revelation has made me think that now live action and animation really aren't on that different a spectrum anymore either. Because the tools that we have to
What
create
is he
animation,
doing?
mocap studio, run
Oh.
here, turn on the cameras, get in front of the cameras and move around, just like we do it for live action as well.
And that was like the small
Challenging
place. Now they have a
aspects,
big
but also
warehouse.
What's fun is coming up with all the particles, all the smoke and explosions that really can marry the shot together and make it feel like it's in game.
I don't think it's
All of those
Plasma does
elements
that.
we make in a program called Particle Illusion. Some of the
Never
particle
heard of
effects
that.
you can create in the program looks very similar to Halo's Smoke and Fire, but it's also
It does.
unique and gives the animated shots, I think, a little bit more oomph and a little bit
Broken
more
glass.
of their own character. So let's take a shot, for example. This one's called Rollout, and in this scene, Tex has just jumped out of the teleporter. Behind her, there's a massive explosion with propane tanks.
Like Griff
Sarge
flying.
Simmons, Griff, and Tucker are all flying through the air.
Oh
A
my
lot
God,
of
they're
chaos,
literally
a lot
flying.
of fire, a lot of smoke, a lot of debris. Just in this one
looks like it should be in
file,
Halo.
We'll strip back here and see that we actually have over 50 different layers comprising the entire thing.
Oh my
Throw in
God, that
some
rendering
props
time
here
would
in
be
the front of
terrible.
the scene from our CG environment. Now we're starting to add sparks. And we've got propane tank trails, random med packs. There's Sarge himself flying through the air. And our initial explosion
Oh
for
my
the scene
God.
is actually going to happen from an in-game explosion. We can see there, in fact, is a rocket being
That's the
shot
one that gets,
from
like,
off
the most
screen,
attention.
hits the fusion coils, explodes. We get that great explosion. We'll take that, all those elements, put our animated
So much went
characters
into
on
this.
top of them, put our new pyrotechnic effects on top of them. When it all comes together, you got something that's a new hybrid between machinima and animation, and it looks, I think, pretty cool.
That's awesome, actually. Breaking the
We
walls.
Specifically wanted to have a moment
I hate
where
how
the animation
horizontal
just hit
stripes
you
on
all
his
at once.
shirt
This is
messed up.
a sudden change.
They
And
blur.
there's something new here, and we thought the best way to do that was have a warthog crash through a wall.
Well, part of it was building an asset that looked like the wall so that I could break it, and then
Oh, yeah, of course.
replicate the warthog via screenshots and a lot of forged photos of the textures. So getting
That-
Wash to
God, that
climb up the hood of the warthog, a
had
lot
to
of that happened
be
through hand
difficult.
animation, a lot of trial and error, and really just my experience in animating weight of what a person would look like if they were climbing.
I have
onto
no
it.
idea how to animate.
A regular 3D
None.
artist would want to build the perfect stage for driving that scene, but I'm okay with having a stationary car and having the background roll as if it was maybe projected on a screen, because the less you worry about geography, the more you have time to focus on what the camera should be pointing at. And that's one
That's
of the
true.
flaws, or maybe one of my strengths in 3D animation, is I don't think of it as 3D animation. I think of it as a version of maybe live action or 2D animation.
Yeah.
Animated
That's
right
really
to the
smart,
camera,
actually.
very much like live action, where everything in frame looks good, the rest of the set is a mess.
When that warthog busted through the wall, the audience just went nuts. They went nuts. And you're like, yeah, we're...
Was that like the first time to use animation? Oh, that was abrupt. Oh god, Xbox 360. And then we have this little clip here at the end, which is like Starter Engines, Revelation of Dead Deletes. Nice, nice Griff. What are we doing? This is Season 8 deleted scene. Is he gonna try and use that to jump off of it? Why did they even make this? What was good purpose? And crash? Yep, yeah, he crashed. And it flipped over. At least it didn't land on him. Is this supposed to be like a parody of something? Oh, I guess he... Oh my god. It was them trying to film the scene of them breaking through the wall, but he was trying to do it with a mongoose instead of a warthog. That's funny. Because the mongoose couldn't do it, but the warthog could. That's hilarious. I just figured that out. That was fantastic. I love this batch of videos. Timestamps are over there. Leave some comments up below because I read every single comment. I make these videos for the select few people that want to see them so we can get all the red versus blue content, because we're not going to get any more of this. And I love showing you videos that you've never seen before. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hope to see you next one. Hope you're subscribed. But until next video, take care and cue the music.